Up first, an additional $100 million has been allocated to the water trucking program to control the effects of the island-wide drought.
It comes as Prime Minister Andrew Holness said the drought conditions have reached crisis levels and there is still little to no rain in the forecast.
Now, he made the announcement at a press briefing today at the office of the Prime Minister. TVJ's Kelisha Williams was there.
From as early as October last year, the Prime Minister said the island had been experiencing below normal rainfall. Then in November, the average rainfall dropped to 62%. For December, 47%. January, 32%. And now,
the figures for February are now being compiled, but the preliminary analysis is showing that we will be probably lower than 30%. So we are, from a meteorological standpoint, from a rainfall standpoint, we are in a crisis.
Mr. Holness indicated that things are worse for people living in rural areas who depend on water catchment facilities. He told journalists that he was advised that the $50 million water trucking program that the government had implemented is insufficient. So in response,
I'm announcing today that we will put in another 100 million Jamaican dollars into the response, and the response will be channeled through the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation. It will be channeled through the Ministry of Local Government and filtering through the various municipal authorities. We cannot leave out the Ministry of Agriculture.
The water will be distributed on a case-by-case basis to parishes like St. Thomas, St. Catherine, Clarendon and Westmoreland.
Because we still have sufficient supplies in our catchment and in our treatment facilities and in our reservoirs, even though some of them are showing decline. The utility areas, meaning the areas served largely by the NWC through metered water, they are not affected as badly as the rural areas.
We know that when we distribute water by way of trucks into communities, there can be issues with the social cohesion in that space because people are obviously anxious at that time. So we coordinate very closely with the police so that they're aware of what we're doing and when we're doing it.
And for persons who may be wondering what the projections are for the next few months, Principal Director at the Meteorological Service of Jamaica, Evan Thompson, said the forecast is not promising.
For the 3-month period, February to April, rainfall is expected to remain below normal to near normal. And this is by looking at the prediction tools that we have at our disposal. So below normal to near normal rainfall across the island for the remainder of the dry season through March and ahead of the transition to the early wet season in April. Temperatures over the same period are expected to be near normal to above normal. And the reason I put this in is because that is a threat to agricultural interests.
Kelisha Williams, TVJ News.